I really don't like that my YouTube link is. Whoa, hold up. Oh, hey, we're this thing called live. What's up? How you doing? I just need to go squickety squiz over to here. Make sure that we're actually live, because like, turns out being live is an important part of doing a live stream. I'm able to get this chair in a bit more, create some more back support. Awesome. So, cameras. Whoa. Why you unfocused from me? Hello? There we go. Why are you unfocusing? Don't be like that. Don't be salty. And... Oh, wrong button. Bippity boppity boo. We are recording. Go live. Why is cool? Should be live here. Join my analytics. Amazing. You know what? I'm gonna be chaotic. I'm gonna share it to Facebook. YOLO. Because why not? My phone's also gonna die in like 15 minutes. So that's gonna be quite entertaining when that happens. Ooh, a wind shift. That implies that my wife is standing behind me. What do you mean my sound sounds weird? It's coming through here. Well, what do you mean? Like, okay. I mean, it's not that bad, but no, I get. Well, hold up, hold up, hold up. Why turn it down when I'm like doing regular recordings? Like, what about there? Is that wait? Hold up, there. That's now a bit higher. Okay, there. Cool. We got better volume. If you like photography. So I can get away with this because nobody's here yet. Hehehehe. Nobody's here yet. Nobody's here yet. Nobody's here yet. Ah! Do I have to hold it? Hey, we're like doing some live editing right now, and nobody's here yet, but you're welcome to come join. It's on YouTube, and it'll be live for about the next hour and a half, give or take. How cool is that? That's live. That should have saved itself to my phone, so I could go over here. Nope. What? Hey, we're live on YouTube right now. I posted a link on my Facebook page if you want to check it out. But we'll be live for about an hour and a half just talking about photography and doing some editing. How awesome. Come on, have some fun. Come chat. Be really cool. Please. And if you all don't know the page, it's Capture with FJ on YouTube. I'll have it on the screen. Shame that YouTube doesn't have a story feature. How cool would that be? Like YouTube stories. Nah, it's just live shorts and posts. Huh? I still need to verify for something else? What? That's annoying. Cool. Very cool. Alright. There we have it, folks. You heard it here first. I am live, and I have apparently got poor audio. Let's go. So yesterday we got up to these guys here, which is a great photo. I love this photo. This guy was just very... Oi, hold up. Why is his hand back to being purple? Wrong photo. That's why his hand's back to being purple. Because on this photo, his hand was done being purple. I just want to, before we say goodbye to this photo, I just want to create a new brush mask on this section of my man's face. Let's have a look. That section and just gently across this side here. My guy looks great, but the highlights, much too highlighty for a start. There we go. We'll bring the blacks down the tiniest bit. Now, alright, well, check it. All we've done, all we've done here on this portion of the image here is brought down the highlights and brought down the darks around his facial hair where we've got a lot of glare, or had a lot of glare. Look at that. It used to just be almost white across where his beard was. But like masking is so good, and you don't even realize that that's being done. Now let's zoom back out. Now same thing. That grounds the image really well, and that wasn't even that difficult. I like it. I like what we're able to get done with some simple masks. What was next? We got some more pictures of the trash cans. So if you were here yesterday, you would have seen that we did a lot of editing on the trash cans. These shots here, we got really creative with blue tone, orange and red tones, and then a bit of a mix of both, still focusing on the blue tones, which was really fun. I really liked this sculpture from the perspective of just all of the moving parts and interconnected joints, because it wasn't just one part. It was multiple parts coming together, creating something really cool. I thought that was awesome. So I mean, something like this one, and you've got the people in the background. I would almost go for a start. Let's see, what does auto edit suggest to do? Interesting choice. Yeah, makes sense. I'd bring that further down myself. The shadows further up. The whites could use a bit more attention. I'll bring the darks down further. We'll jump into a tone curve. And everyone talks about their S curve. They love their S curve. And I understand why. I prefer more of a funky curve, where I bring up the middle a bit as well, the midtones as well as the highlights. That's my personal preference, because this is before F, huh? Yeah. Really makes those colors pop, which is awesome. Ooh. Fool around with the color temperature. I haven't done this too many times before. Now on this image, if anything, it's probably... This probably doesn't need much tinkering with. Probably leave that as was. Let's go through our stages so far, because it's pretty simple. We did changed our blacks, changed our whites, changed our blacks further down. So now we've created a much more focused image. We did our luminance shifts, which brought us to this image. So we're going from here to here. A lot more pull. And then in the colors, that we adjusted. If anything, we just created a bit of a better white balance, which is awesome. It is very easy to use your tone curves, especially your red, green, blues, to get a much more focused white balance. Because when you do a standard white balance check and white balance adjustments, when you're just adjusting temperature and tint, that's adjusting temperature and tint for the entire image. But if you go in and you're looking at the tone curves for those, you can adjust the temperature on the high tones, the low tones, the mid tones, and get a lot more control over the overall white balance of the image, because there's probably portions of your image that you still want to have higher temperature or lower temperature, but being able to really hone in on that, using these curves here is really awesome. I love it personally. I think it's awesome. Les curves. I'd actually almost leave that image as is. That doesn't really need too much done to it. Sometimes less is more in photography, in my opinion. Sometimes less is more. Sometimes more is less. I think I might be losing the plot. This was a really interesting thing that I saw when we were at the sculptures. It was a chair around a tree. The thing in itself is not really too wild, except for the fact that you have to think somebody had to make a mold, fit it around a tree, and then pour it with cement. Which means that one day at the exhibit, probably on one of their bump in days, when they're bringing in all the other sculptures as well, somebody was sitting there pouring concrete around a tree. Tell me that doesn't amuse you just a little bit. Like, think about it. That's pretty funny. I just imagine a guy sitting there in high vis while everyone else is just working about, and he's just built this little thing around the tree. Maybe he had a Legos or like wooden frame or something. I don't know what he would have used, or she, he or she. But I find that funny. To me, that just gets me a good giggle. First things first on this one, I want to be finding the points, the lines of interest. Right here is a good one. So these line here, that's a line. And then over here, this is also a line from here down to here. And here. Is that actually straightened? Yeah, that is now perfectly straightened, but it now looks even more crooked. Have I broken my perspective of reality? No. Does that look right to you? That looks terribly off to me now. Like it's perfect the entire way along, but it looks off. Okay. My grasp of reality is completely broken. Cool. Cool. I'm disappointed in myself. I want to play around with those, but I don't want to screw the image up. There we go. Gonna grab my brush and I'll brush in some details on the back portion. What I want to do here, I'll pop the contrast, the exposure, and I'm curious. That's not bad. Just add a subtle tone of that orange. And on this leg in the front, what I can do is add a subtle tone of cyans. Yeah, that's really cool. Oh, and now we've blended some of it together. Oh, I really like that. If anything, I kind of want to bring, yeah, I wanted to bring that orange tone in more. Oh, that looks really cool. So just to compare for you guys, this is our original image, kind of skew, not much color. Our secondary image, we get a lot of really interesting detail come in the form of, wait, can I just, I could brush on some like bronzing almost. Oh, it's like such a subtle lining of the blue. That looks really cool. That actually adds a lot of depth to the image that I wasn't expecting. That's how cool is that? Look at it. Look at the before, right, and look at the after. It's like jumping between the two images. The color difference, gorgeous. I love it. That's really cool. That's really cool. This looks like a Mexican standoff between two chairs. One of these chairs is angry that the other chair stole his wife away from him. No, Chero, why did you steal my wife? I'm Italian, I can make that accent. It's not racist. Unless you think the accent was something other than Italian. But what I was going for was Italian. Stereotypically Italian, that is. Oh, we cooking. Yeah, we cooking today. Mm-hmm. Yes. What I want to do is lean into these blue tones that have just emerged from out of the chairs. Like, these look sick. How do I play into this more? What happens if I grab subject? What's the subject of this image? You've got no idea, have you? Oh my goodness. That is such a bad subject grab. No offense, Lightroom. But the subject was not one arm of the chair and whatever this portion on the side is. Leno. Let's start with a reference point. So for a start, what I want to do is lean into that color that we've got going on in all of the blues, but I'm going to make it green. Exceptional. I'm going to bump up the contrast. That's something important. Bring down the darks, up the whites, and boom. Now this chair here is definitely going to need a bit more love and attention in its white spots. We can make that happen. Cool. Secondary mask. It's a brush mask. It's alright, Mr. Chair, we'll save you. That actually brings out down our chair a bit too much. Now, definitely want the chair to be more in focus, but I think we've gone a bit too fast. So without, with, it's the right amount of change that I think it needed. This guy here, I almost feel like maybe I did do too much green. Ooh, And that doesn't feel like enough. That's a good amount. It really helps highlight those blues that we brought in. I like it. What I am going to do though is bring this guy to a negative 25. Oh, hey, look, my wife. Hi, wife. Hi, how you doing? Oh, my lovely supporter. And my phone's on 10%. We'll see how long we can stream for on that. That's gorgeous. Images like this one I thought were really interesting because they just had a very interesting perspective to show. I felt that's beautiful. Too bright. Hmm. I kind of want to on this image grab this foreground items. Well, this foreground item along with this guy. I'm going to keep those nice and deep. I'm going to duplicate and invert the mask. Making sure to get rid of the portions that overlap. Now this other section I want to actually do a negative contrast on. Now that contrast takes all the detail out of that background. I might actually even bring forward some of the blacks. Scandalous. Bring down some of the... Nope. Not going to bring down some of the whites. Bring the image forwards in brightness. Wow, FJ, what are you doing? This makes no sense. You're butchering the background of your shot? Amen. I am. Because the center point, the central focus should be this in the middle. That's what I want to be focused on. It needs to have a deep, rich color. Oh, hello. How you doing? Now, I didn't want that to be affected by the decontrasting that we did, but I also don't want that to be green. So this pipe, done, out from our mask. Beautiful. Now the overall image does need a little bit of a pick-me-up, so I'm thinking just a bada boom. Nope, that's fine. I might actually on here have to just put this down to 0 again. But that then, like, here's my difficulty. I like really, like I don't want it to be too washed out. It needs to be bright, but I want it to pull focus on here. Oh, unless a third mask. Um, I'm cooking. Watch this boy cook. Right, third mask up here. Right, we're gonna go down around the edges, down to here. Pull in a little bit of this corner. Oi, there was a decimal place there. That's what's up. Cool. So we're keeping the majority of this background focal point is low contrast to bring focus to the center, but it washes out the image. So how do we frame the image then? A little bit of darkness on the outside. So your eyes still think that it's a reasonable amount of contrast on the entire image, but the majority of it is still really washed out, meaning that that central point in the focus in the center has all of our attention. That's what's up. Mhm. Mhm. I think I thought about that a little too hard. Wow. I did get some notifications. Were they about things to do with this? No. Nope, it's just people telling me to play video games. Can't play video games all the time, buds. Can't play video games all the times. I think I like this little. Oh my goodness, they replied a day ago. I kept asking myself why it was that somebody I'd reached out to for a photo shoot hadn't replied to me. I did not realize that I did not get notifications from them because they're in my general chat. That's funny. Why, look, it's me. Why, look, it's still me. I'm a tourist. Reflective photography. How funny. How funny indeed. Mm-hmm. Mm. This was an interesting photo. These are all just wine caps, which does beg the question somebody out there has a drinking problem. But it was a really nice image, nice piece of imagery that was crafted by their case of alcoholism, which I hope they're getting looked into. It is very pretty. I'm going to do a range, color range, these colors. Nope, too many blimey colors apparently. What? Beautiful. I want these parts to really pop the gold tones. Heck, I might even just straight up make it more gold. How good is that? Bam. We hacked the image. Mm, increase the temperature. Saturation can go up. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. We hacked the image, everybody. Wow. I'm not gonna lie. That was really quick, but that was a really, really nice edit. I like that. The colors in this really pop. There's a lot of contrast, and the fact that there's each of these bottle caps is an individual item. There's those edges, and all those edges create more detail, and it's just, I love that in an image. I absolutely adore that. That's how image contrast. That's beautiful. This one was a person. Don't ask me how, but it was a person. Just basic edits can sometimes really enhance an image. You don't need to do very much. Like all I've done for this is adjust these settings. That's it. Not change the colors. I've not touched the tone curve. Just helping to build a bit more contrast between things. Take away some of the glare. And all of a sudden, like an image just looks sharper. I mean, as you say there's not a huge difference. But if you were to be looking at it, there is a difference. You might have to look at it pretty hard though. But there's a difference. Mm, mm. There was some really cool stuff at the sculptures this year. These guys were pretty cool. I really enjoyed. I did a small project on the weekend a couple weeks ago. I haven't posted it yet, but um, it very much played into this idea of just lots of sort of tall objects, just creating this depth of field. I should have really focused on one of the back ones or one of the more middle ones so that it was focused, blurred, blurred, so that the middle was in focus, because that would have created so much more depth, like in depth information in this image. That would have been so awesome. Oh, sorry. Hmm. Whew. I'm actually pretty tired tonight. Sorry, guys. I wasn't expecting to start feeling a bit knackered. Um, it's just been long days. What I'm going to do, I'm going to edit this one, and I'll probably hop off to do a bit more content editing, and then probably be off to bed not too long after that. Or actually, no, I don't want to be bringing the temperature down. I want to be bringing it up. Look at the adjustment to color temperature on that. Being a lot more red. These foreground ones look a lot nicer. Yeah, a lot more color detail on that. Awesome. Beautiful. Alright, guys. Well, for tonight, I'm off. There is a ant on my camera. Okay. That was weird. But cool. Okay. Uh, Adios. Good night. And enjoy the rest of your nights, my friends. God bless. And I'll catch you on the next stream, which will be soon. And we'll keep getting the content out. All right. See you guys.